The news that many Bulls fans have been waiting to hear: when Josh Giddey's returning. Well, apparently Josh Giddey will be making his return tonight for the Chicago Bulls against the Phoenix Suns. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, hosted by Haize, your number one spot for all things Chicago Bulls.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to get on. With that being said, let's go and get into this content for today. This one comes from KC Johnson, who said that just tweeted out about 15 minutes ago that Josh Giddey said that he is playing tonight for the Chicago Bulls. This was at Chicago Bulls shoot around today. So it seems like Josh Giddey is making that return tonight against the Phoenix Suns. There was a question on when Josh Giddey will return on one of these backs-to-backs. This is really good. Josh Giddey getting back for the Chicago Bulls is important to keep building that chemistry. Coby White has been on a tear since Josh Giddey was out. Actually, Josh Giddey and Coby White both were on tears at the same time. Giddey went down. Coby continued his hot streak. And now you're getting these guys that are going to be able to go on the court together. It's important to continue to finish this season for Coby and Josh Giddey to continue working on their chemistry. And so now, because they're able to do that, that's a really important thing for this Bulls team. So I think the Bulls are moving in the right direction and being able to get Josh Giddey back there on the court. Before you make any type of long-term investment in this backcourt, you want as much data as possible, right? And that's why these final now 13 games, I think, 14 games for the Chicago Bulls is really about evaluation, right? We'll see how successful the Bulls are in the remaining games as far as wins or losses. But the Bulls right now, hey, listen, they just got to keep chugging along, right? Keep going through this schedule. The Bulls do have 14 games left on the year, and hopefully everybody can stay relatively healthy. We know that Lonzo Ball is still out with injury. But when you look at Josh Giddey and the way that he was playing before, he was playing inspired on both sides of the basketball, right? And don't be surprised if Josh Giddey, depending on how tight that ankle still is, if he doesn't quite look like himself, there are already a bunch of Josh Giddey haters that if he comes back on the court, oh my God, see, it was a fluke. But over the last 5 games, Josh Giddey's averaged 22 points. He's done that on 48% shooting from the field, 31% shooting from three, averaging a crazy number of rebounds and assists, 59% true shooting percentage he's averaged over that time. And that's just an amazing production from your point guard. And that's a really big thing from this team. It's been so important for this team and what they're able to get from Josh Giddey in those areas. So Josh Giddey coming back, averaging nearly a triple-double. Like I said, don't be surprised if he doesn't necessarily hit those numbers again right away. And he may. I'm not saying that he can't either, but he's averaging a steal, averaging almost a block per game over those 5 games as well. Josh Giddey's been playing extremely well. You want to see that keep up for the young point guard as he continues to grow and develop under this Bulls team. And so the 8.8 assists, the 10 rebounds per game, right? Almost averaging a triple-double over the last 5. You take that out to the last 10, it basically stays the same. He's averaging 22.5 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists per game. He's doing that on 52% shooting from the field and 54% shooting from 3 over the last 10 games. Take that again over the last 20 games, right? This is why I said Josh Giddey is not, as much as people try to act like this run has been a fluke for Josh Giddey, it is not. Over the last 20 games, 18 points per game, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, doing that on 50% shooting from the field, 45% shooting from 3. Like, Josh Giddey has been so important to this revamp that we've seen from the Chicago Bulls, and getting him and Coby White on the same court, that's going to be important, man. That's going to be important. So let's see how this is going on, man. Let's see how you guys are feeling about this. We got Alan in the building. Alan says, hey, what's going on? No? What are you saying no about? Let's go from Taxon. Delbert says, gang, you already know, man. Philip says, damn it, I miss Josh Giddey. Trevon saying, God is good. ZK saying, get it. You know what? It's good to see, people start embracing Josh Giddey more, man. Like let me be clear here. I already understand the doubt, right? The doubt that he has. And that's around him. And so it's down when it comes down to it. It's good to see. Oh, my title didn't update. That's why people are saying no. Give me a second. Hold on. My title's incorrect. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second, y'all. My bad. I don't know how the hell that happened. I'll get that corrected. I see that it's been fucking up. It's really been fucking up. I don't know why that's been happening. That's crazy. My bad, y'all. I honestly was not trying to bait on that one. It didn't update correctly. I apologize for that. I got people worried and shit now. That's crazy. Apologize for that. All right, let's get that together. All right, there we go. That should save. I don't know if that's going to update on the Twitter side. Those watching on Twitter, let me get that corrected, man. Hopefully it's corrected now. But yeah, man. So Josh Giddey is set to return today for the Chicago Bulls. You really like to see that. And just get him out there, get him healthy, and let's see this continue to go in the right way for the Chicago Bulls, man. That's what we're looking. That's what we're looking for. And that's what we're hoping for, is that you want Josh Giddey out there on the court for the Bulls. You want Josh Giddey out there. You want him to develop for the team. You want him to get his shit together. That's what you want for Josh Giddey, right? And the people that are hating on Josh Giddey, I don't understand it, but hey, fuck them. That's what it comes down to, because Josh Giddey has been playing tremendously well for the Chicago Bulls. I do not understand people who hate on players on their team just so they can be right about something. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't understand how that's happening. I don't personally get that, man. I never have. It's always been a weird thing to me when people want to really doubt a player on their team, man. So Josh Giddey is an important part of the Bulls' future. That is proving itself there. I think that people are seeing that now, and good. I'm glad that people are waking up to who and what Josh Giddey can be for the Chicago Bulls team, man. I'm really glad that people are really starting to realize that Josh Giddey ain't somebody that you got to hate on. Josh Giddey, somebody who's going to come in here, perform. He's going to play his ass off, and we'll see where the chips fall. Is he going to be a star going forward? He's going to have to prove that on the court, right? That's fine to be able to say. He's going to have to prove on the court that he can be a star in this league. He's going to have to prove in the court that he can continue to progress and develop his game. And there's no problem in saying prove it, right? There's no problem in saying prove it. But I think when it comes down to it, you got to allow this guy and Josh Giddey to just play well. You got to allow it, man. And if you don't, it's going to be tough on you. Why do we not play Jalen Smith more? He's getting a bad sitting on the bench, bro. I have no idea why we don't play him more, to be honest with you. Then we're going to have our hands full against Phoenix tonight. Listen, I'm telling you right now, the Phoenix game is going to be a little tough for Bulls fans. I mean, for the Bulls, because the way they've been playing lately, they've had a top 5 offense lately, right? You can't overlook that. They've had a top 5 offense. They're gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. Against, I think they'll be fine there. I really want to see Josh and Kobe have fun on the court together. Plus, it would be nice to see Tre Jones with the second unit running around. I mean, Tre Jones is a talent. We know who Tre Jones can be, right? We know who Tre Jones is and what he can be for the Bulls. I think he's shown that he can really perform at any level. Tre Jones can perform, period. No matter what it is. Tre Jones is going to go out there and he's going to perform. And so I think that's a really good thing to see there. Giddey haters, we want to be right about something. Josh Giddey sucks. Josh Giddey, hold my beer. That's a fact, right? And the doubt that's around Josh Giddey, it really just comes off weird. It really just comes off weird because it's like, why? I get it earlier in the season, right? Josh Giddey started off slow, and right, and I think objectively, even the Josh Giddey, the biggest Josh Giddey fans could say that he started off the season, it was a bit shaky, but he found his rhythm as the season went on. I think you've seen that growth come over the time for Josh Giddey. He's continually gotten better and better. And so I think that's the thing that you want to see from him. Giddey to Bazilis, alley-oop, come and listen. I don't even care about that. I just care that they're going to be out there together. Listen, the fast break is so different for the Chicago Bulls when Josh Giddey's out there. Not to say, listen, it was still good with Kobe out there. It was still good. Tre Jones, they've been pushing the fast break pretty well. But it's really different with Josh Giddey because while and this is not a knock on Tre Jones, right? But Tre Jones legitimately does not have the court vision that Josh Giddey does. Tre Jones is a perfectly good passer. His assist to turnover ratio is amazing. But I think when you look at it, the difference is that Josh Giddey's court vision, Josh Giddey sees plays develop probably a full couple of strides before they happen. And that's something that you watch in this processing of the game. It happens before he recognizes the play before, and not to say that Tre Jones doesn't exactly to a degree, but yeah, man. Giddey, Kobe, Modest, trifecta is what I love to see for these Chicago Bulls. I mean, you need more than that, right? That trifecta hasn't really proven that they can win anything at a high level. But they are a nice solid thing, players that you can start building something with, right? I'm sorry for adding on to problems, but now I think we're running into even more problems because two of our best guys in White and Io want to get paid. Why is that a problem? The Bulls have no contracts over $20 million going after next season. Matter of fact, the Bulls only have 5 players under contract after next season. Money is not the problem here. There's no problem with the Chicago Bulls money right now. Zero. Giddey needs to come back with a fresh cut for his revenge. So he's not going to come back with a fresh cut. Bullshit. Who said that Tre Jones doesn't have a good? It says, see, Eco, you be so busy trying to make a point that sometimes you don't really listen, and it makes you look stupider than what you are. And the problem is you're not an idiot, but you do idiotic things because you don't really listen. Who said that Tre Jones doesn't have a great assist to turnover ratio? I said he doesn't have the court vision that Josh Giddey does, and he doesn't. And when you go and look at the rated difficult passes, Tre Jones versus Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey completes some of the most difficult passes in the game of basketball. Go and look at the number of open shots generated by percentage by Josh Giddey and Tre Jones. Don't be an idiot. Like, don't come in here so busy. Like, it's bad enough I cook you in the comment section. Don't make me cook you now in the presence of other people because you don't fucking listen and you just want to talk sometimes and you be sounding like a fucking dumbass. I said, yeah, my bad. I did say Tre Jones. I figured that afterwards. But yeah, but you know, it is what it is, man. I don't believe somebody's going to pay Tre Jones big money because like Alonzo Ball contract. Because when you do think, here it goes. Anytime Shea says when you do think about it, it's only going to do in the second half once he's not. But the thing is that Tre Jones has done this for years. Like it's not just now. Like he's getting an opportunity now because of the increased role with the Chicago Bulls that he didn't have on the Spurs, but he's been doing this for a while, right? His assist to turnover ratio has always been good. His ability to score when he needs to has always been good, right? It's always been good. So, no, Eco, nobody has a hangover. I'm just tired of your dumbass shit. And you so busy trying to garner attention to try to be right, and you're a fucking dumbass. See, the problem is that you always try to categorize something when you reach criticism, and you're a fucking sissy. And that's the problem here. There's no hangover. I'm just tired of your shit and not listening. So if you're going to try to say something to be right, actually talk about it in basketball and search it. Because even me, if I did have a hangover, will cook you in basketball knowledge without even a try. How about that? It's nice to see Josh Giddey get healthy in a good time, especially when the Bulls need this effort and skill right now. I mean, at this point in time, you need all hands on deck, right? You need all hands on deck, period. So hopefully we continue to see that for this Bulls team. Run Giddey, Modest, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's going to be the starting lineup. Like they're all three. Well, let's see, because Billy Donovan tends when players come back from injury that they don't necessarily start right away. So let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if Josh Giddey does come off the bench this game. Not a demotion, right? It's just the that's how Billy Donovan kind of likes players coming back. What would be a good contract to pay Giddey this offseason? I mean, that's continue to develop, right? I mean, I don't think you're going to get Giddey for anything less than 25 to 28 million for sure. I just don't think you're going to get that. Just join how say I'm not angry. I'm literally not angry at all. I'm all for Josh coming back, but do not try to rush it because he still has an ankle problem, and I don't want it to get worse, especially with how close we are with the season coming to. And that's a fair thing, but I think they're not going to push him if he wasn't 100%. Like Giddey's a tough son of a bitch, make no mistake about it. But they're not going to push him if he wasn't ready to go. I just don't think they're going to do that. If he wasn't ready to go, they're not going to rush him to come back. This is if he's coming back today, is because they feel certain in his ability to come back and play well. So Does Billy just let Josh Giddey come back off the bench? I think there's a chance that he does come back off the bench. I think there's a chance of that. Now, I'm not saying for sure, right? It's not like he was out an extended period of time, but I do that there's definitely a chance of that. He's probably going to be in a minutes restriction as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he does have a minutes restriction. So we'll see how that continues to develop. Trying to see if anything else comes out before we end the live. I already read that one. No, I didn't read that one. Shout out to Quentin. Says, glad to see Giddey back on the court. You can see the impact that he makes on the floor now that he has been out. Yep. Last game, the last loss would have definitely, I think Josh Giddey would have helped change the dynamic of that. Haize, don't you think it's kind of crazy how when Patrick Williams started playing bad, Billy benched him and Zach LaVine, but yet is scared to do it to Nikola Vucevic? Well, let's be clear. He benched Zach very early in his tenure here and didn't do it ever again after that, right? Patrick Williams and Zach LaVine aren't the same thing. Patrick Williams and Nikola Vucevic aren't the level of same things. No, I don't think that's a one-for-one comparison there, brother. I want us to build a winning culture and competitive environment. I want us to make the playoffs. Hey, I mean, you're not – shout out to you wanting that. We'll see what ends up happening here. But all right, y'all, that's my time for today. Make sure you guys are following us at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, thanks to you lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every video on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.